Did Jordan Peterson, did he just get humiliated on the Jubilee YouTube channel? Did he get exposed on there? We're going to take a look at a short clip of that video. There were a lot of conversations that happened, a lot of arguments brought forward by people that represented the atheistic viewpoint. But did Jordan Peterson hold his own? Let's get into it. My name is Brandon Fogal. This is Evolution. Let's dive into this. I want to start it off with, before even giving my viewpoint of it, I want to just play the conversation of a very heated exchange that happened and let you decide, and then I'll give you my viewpoint of it.
Do Catholics
sacrifice for?
What do Catholics attend to? Do they prioritize Mary over all other human beings?
No, I didn't say overall, did I? I didn't add that to my definition.
You understand?
I said there was a hierarchy as well.
You attend to
So you can attend to something trivially, or you can attend to it deeply.
Okay, and now you're adding stuff to the definition. But your original definition...
I added the hierarchy part at the beginning.
Are you familiar?
Just didn't understand it.
Are you familiar with the Immaculate Conception?
Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
Somewhat.
Okay, you're
their
familiar.
Doctrines are very
how do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either you're a Christian or you're not.
I won't talk to you if you're a smartass.
Oh, either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video.
You're really quite something, you are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing, right? You're not a Christian.
Okay, I'm done with him.
Okay, so did they change the YouTube title of that sit down? Did they change it from Jordan Peterson? Because it sounded like the guy thought he was talking to a Christian. Jordan Peterson, did they just change it to Jordan Peterson against 20 atheists as opposed to Jordan Peterson, the Christian, against 20 atheists? What, did these guys come on with different preconceived notions? What I think that guy did was all about gotcha. And I guess that is what Jubilee is about. And that's what makes it so exciting and fun. It gets people almost not thinking, it's not clear, just sit down conversation tone of let's get to an actual argument or actual what do you believe on a situation. I mean, you have a very short window. The blood pressure raises because you have the people surrounding you that are voting you out if you're not given a good argument. And I don't know, it seemed like that the flag started going a little bit up on the ad hominem attack that this guy was bringing at Jordan. It was all about, he first wanted to get Jordan just clearly defining what he views worship as and just try to trip him up. You said this so that you're going against what you believe if you say the Catholics are not worshiping Mary. And then he throws it in his face. You're going to a Catholic church. You're a Christian, aren't you? Jordan Peterson, I have not said that, and I did not say that. You're saying that. Jordan Peterson, in a sense, got exposed about having a short temper and not able to handle it out, because I think he would have looked so much better if he had not just kicked the guy off the set. If he had not just said, get out of here, I'm done with this guy. I think he would have made himself look a lot more strong in his viewpoint as opposed to having that short of fuse. I've never seen anybody off on Jubilee say, I'm done with him, get him off, get him out of here. I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. I don't, you tell me if it's happened before, but to say that I'm done talking with you because you're attacking me and because you're bringing something that I don't want to hear, I don't, in a sense that I think he got exposed. I think Jordan got exposed in that realm. But just hardcore, what is your argument? What is the structure of what you're trying to disseminate and prove? I think the side is on Jordan. He has the truth there because he is setting up an argument of what worship is. And he says it is attend to, prioritize, sacrifice for. And the guy just says, well, do the Catholics worship Mary? Do you worship Mary? Because you're a Catholic, right? You're a Catholic. And it just doesn't hold water what the guy is saying, because in Jordan's precise elocution of the argument, he makes it clear what it is. And the guy, just because people elevate Mary or they say something about him, I'm not a Catholic, so I'm not going to defend the viewpoint of Mary. But just in the wording he uses, he's not saying that people are worshiping Mary in the same way that they worship God or Christ or anything like that. They're elevating her, But it's crazy to me that the people go on there and they just want to bring such, I think, just so diluted arguments against Jordan. Because some of them were strong, and I think when people get a hot temper or they're not thinking clearly, they're just trying to get someone to strike back and just try to poke someone for no reason. Maybe that's why it wouldn't be as exciting, but you're not getting to the truth of the matter, and I don't think that they're getting to the truth of the matter out of Jordan by just trying to poke him. And this guy, he was the extreme, and he was on there very short. But just thinking about do Catholics worship Mary? I don't know why he was trying to prove that, because it was all about that Jordan was saying that everybody worships something. So I don't know if he's trying to twist it on Jordan that you worship Mary, Maybe the guy has a background in Christianity or something like that. That is a big no-no. You don't worship anything but God. You can have esteem or something, you honor someone. There is a sense that we are told to honor people that have elevated status or God has put them in authority. But there's the difference between just honoring someone like that as opposed to worship that is for God alone. So I don't know if that is the angle that this guy was taking. But Jordan's whole point was everybody worships something. And I think that is manifestly true. And the guy right after this was all about trying to get him into, I don't worship my wife, but I do elevate her, I do honor her, I do prioritize her above other people. Is that worship? And Jordan's point was, yes, in a sense it is, but it's not to the extreme sense. It's not to there's degrees in all of this. There's degrees of how much attention. That is the whole point of what the Bible says about idols. That's the whole point. Any person or anything that you are putting on your mindset and what you get joy out of. Like I get joy out of drinking coffee. And if I started elevating that, and it's my ultimate joy that's all I live for, in a sense, I start worshiping that. And that's why the whole thing about the Bible is guard yourself from idols. And way back in the day, and even here now, people have physical idols. You might just call it your car, or you might call it, your money, or whatever it is. But there are physical idols, but then there's just things that are non-physical that you just esteem, and your whole point in life is to attain more of that. And you're getting all of your joy and peace from that thing, or you're trying to. So the whole point of we should not have idols, because that is the direction that I believe Jordan is taking it. He didn't fully flesh it out and say this is what I'm getting at, but everybody, because the human heart is an idol factory. That is it creates always, because we're always on the go. Everybody, we can't stop going. We have this inertia or whatever, this energy in us that's built up, some more than others. Some people are blessed to have more energy than others, but either way, we can't stop it from going, and we're going to direct that attention somewhere. We're going to point our face somewhere, and we're going to go like hell towards it, whatever it is, you're going towards something. You're finding your joy and the most that you want out of life in something. You're putting it in something. Everybody does it. And I think that's Jordan's point. And that everybody worship, and then it becomes a matter of semantics, because the guy after that was just, well, do I worship my wife? And it's like, when you play Jordan Peterson's game, because he is the master of semantics. Well, defining in the most minute terms every syllable and word. But when he does that, the game is on. And the guys and the girls that are out there, they're doing the same thing to him and trying to make him as precise as possible, but then trying to trip him up and just trying to humiliate him by catching him in his words. it's hard to have an honest conversation, and everybody knows the game that Jubilee is, and that's what makes it so exciting. Like I said, it makes it so fun to watch because it's not how regular people talk to you. Don't in your daily life that you're gonna run across people, or just that you have conversations with. You're not out there that I only have so much time, so I better say everything as much as possible to get them to expose their life to me and catch them in something. Rather, people have conversations, but that it has its place. Jubilee, that is why it's so flashy and so enticing. But overall, I do not think Jordan got exposed in his argument. He might have got exposed that he can't handle the heat about certain things. And I'm sure, that's me saying that, and I'm sure he could handle the heat a lot better than me in certain areas. But maybe I could handle the heat in other areas more than him. Everybody has your temper is only, and who can push your buttons. Certain people can push your buttons, and it's weird the random things that random people can. And this guy just pushed his buttons, and he blew up, and I think he lost his cool. So in that sense, I think Jordan got exposed. But everybody's watching that, and everybody knows the things that you can come at him with. Everybody's taking notes on what caused him to trip up. But overall, the argument, just a conversation style. If they maybe had a whole podcast together, which they might not start one together, but maybe sit down together later on. I don't know if Jordan would be willing to do that after that, but actually to fully talk out your beliefs and what you think on a particular matter. Either way, it was good. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you want to continue the conversation, hit the link right here. My name is Brandon Fogal. This is Evolution. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for your view. Have a great day, everyone.